Okay. We're just waiting for Member Stokes, and we'll call it back to order.
I'm here.
Okay, can you turn your camera on?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I'd like to call the meeting back to order. I do apologize for the technical difficulties that we've had, but we are back. So we're in the question period. Are there any more questions on the application for Bornholm?
Just as a reminder, where did we leave off before we were interrupted there? I'm not sure how much I missed, and I'm not sure about Lisa.
Just a minute. Yeah, if you would do an update, that would be fine. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Edwards, and for the benefit of all the members, including those that aren't joining us in chambers today. I just wanted to point out that unfortunately, staff had overlooked that this application was actually heard by the previous term of Committee of Adjustment, and we only have three returning members, those being Chair Edwards, Member Quinn, and Member Grogan Green. And because of the Planning Act, the other members who weren't in attendance at the original meeting cannot vote on the matter. So I just wanted to clarify that only those members voting on this matter today are Chair Edwards, Member Quinn, and Member Grogan Green. Thank you.
Now, just to make it be clear, all members are allowed to ask questions, though. Is that right?
Through you, Chair Edwards, while Mr. Pink refreshes his memory on the section of the Planning Act, I would note as well that I believe the resolution that you have in front of you is moved by two of the members that weren't in attendance, so it'll have to be amended as well to reflect only those members that can participate in that vote. Thank you.
I have the resolution with the members that were here originally. Yes, we have changed that. But members, what I had asked is that members are allowed to ask questions.
Through you, I don't believe the act's not clear. It doesn't explicitly state whether they participate or not. But my initial reaction would be if those members aren't able to vote on it, it would not be appropriate for them to partake in the discussion and ask questions. But I'll certainly leave that in the hands of the chair. The act doesn't stipulate that. Just specifically that only those members who heard the application can make a decision on it.
That's what I thought, but I thought maybe some of the members that weren't here had questions on this. Are there any questions? Yes.
Sir, I don't really have a question, just a comment, which is, we did say, talk to your neighbors and consider shortening the dock, and that hasn't really happened. And I understand, like an earlier comment by someone who's not allowed to vote, for Bridgman, that we're really only talking about an undersized lot here. But we are talking about whether something is minor or not. And when you have this number of neighbors upset, I don't think it's a minor thing at all. And I do agree that when it comes to complaints about noise and that kind of thing, speak to a bylaw officer. But the argument that the water is shallow, it doesn't really matter to me. Apparently his boat can very easily be docked. And I just think for my druthers, I would just decline this application. I think there's too many neighbors opposed, and it's a small bay, and that's my feeling.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have a comment?
Yeah, I have a comment. I was on that last committee, and And we asked for 3 things to be done for a reason after some discussion, and not much of that has been done. And I see from the one picture that the boat is in the water and actually pulled forward. It's not even at the end of the dock. And so I think that site plan will take care of maybe some of the rock or the fire pit issues, and I don't need to speak to that, but unless there was a smaller dock asked for, then I wouldn't be voting for that today.
Given that, a smaller dock, what were you thinking of as far as a smaller dock?
You know what, to go to a solid dock as opposed to a floating is nice, and I think that the fish habitat, they'll give them the timeframes to work within, and I think that would work. I could see something a couple feet wider and maybe 5 to 8 feet longer. Yes, and I can't get my computer on right now to see what dimensions he's asked for, but
They asked for 50 foot by 14. And the existing dock is 38 foot 9 by 10 foot 5.
I could see 11 or 12 by 45. I'd vote for it.
I'm going to ask, and that member Grogan Green. You heard what member Quinn said. I believe it was 12 by 45.
I guess I might want to ask through you, maybe one of the neighbors, whether they would be comfortable with a reduction like that.
Well,
or
that's not up
yeah.
to the neighbors now at this point.
well.
We have a suggestion. I am going to ask the applicants if they could live with 12 by 45 or have it turned down by the looks of it. You would be
Absolutely.
okay. Mr. Sharp, would you just change that to a dock 12 by 45? When we were at recess too, with the site plan agreement, earlier today, we looked at a patio, and there looks to be a large patio there. So with the plantings around it, we want it, and that's looked at very seriously. Moved by member Quinn, second by member Grogan Green. Be it resolved that application A 4622 Bornhole to construct a new swim dock is hereby approved with the following variances being granted. To permit a dock 12 foot in width and 45 feet in length on an undersized lot. This variance is granted as shown on a plan attached to the notice of decision and is subject to the following condition. 1, that a satisfactory site plan agreement be entered into and registered on title along with securities for retention of vegetation and planting to retain and revegetate the shoreline buffer and to implement the recommendation of the scoped environmental impact study dated September 15th, 2023 as prepared by Beacon Environmental. This approval shall remain in effect for 3 years from the date of decision. And I'll ask the members who were on there before, any questions or comments? And I'm going to call the questions. All those in favor? All those opposed? That is carried. Okay, so you have a 12 by 40-foot dock, a 45-foot dock. Sorry for the delay and everyone, and they always say if everybody's not happy, it's a good decision, so. And I'm going to read the next motion. Moved by member Grogan Green, second by member Brown. Be it resolved that committee hereby adjourns at 11:50 a.m. All those in favor? That is carried.